apps causing disruptions that could still linger as operations ramp back up. America's listening to Fox News.
This month, Pure Talk is supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat vets struggling with PTSD. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. Sure, I like the unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and you will too. But you will love being in business with a company that shares your values. Dial pound 250, say Micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZzzQuil Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZzzQuil Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Back to President Trump on Air Force One. He says another country is facing new U.S. tariffs on imports as punishment, Colombia.
They don't have anything to do with their fight against drugs.
President Trump is furious with Colombian President Gustavo Petro, calling him an illegal drug leader and cutting off aid payments to the South American country. The tension coming from a U.S. strike on an alleged drug-carrying vessel believed to be associated with a Colombian leftist rebel group. 3 people on board were killed, Petro calling the strike murder. But President Trump blamed Petro for encouraging the mass production of illegal drugs. And now he's expected to announce new tariffs on Colombia, which is a major exporter of coffee, crude petroleum, and fruits. Jill Nato, Fox News.
Now that George Santos is out of prison after President Trump commuted his sentence, the Republican who was expelled from Congress over fraud allegations and then convicted tells Fox,
I have a lot to prove to a lot of people, and I have to make sure President Trump understands that I am not going to disappoint him.
Santos served just 3 months of a 7-year sentence and is back on Cameo, being paid to make personalized messages. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising, so the Dow and the NASDAQ could add to last week's gains. In the baseball playoffs,
pop up, buckle up for Game 7 tomorrow night.
What more could baseball fans ask for? On Fox Sports 1 last night, the Toronto Blue Jays won a must-win Game 6 at home against the Seattle Mariners 6-2 to force a winner-take-all Game 7 tonight in Toronto. Whoever wins will go to the World Series and take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. The World Series starts Friday.
That's Fox's Jared Max. In the NFL, an epic comeback. Down 19-0 after 3 quarters, the Denver Broncos rallied to beat the New York Giants 33-32 on a last-second field goal. New York's other team, the Jets, remain winless after losing to Carolina. Kansas City shut out Las Vegas on Sunday night. San Francisco beat Atlanta. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Monday. It is October 20th, 2025. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Show producer Fred Cruz and AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's on standby. Can we just avoid talking with Jason today, Freddie? I think if we avoid talking with him, we can avoid temperatures hitting 100 today, right? No, doesn't work that way. Yeah, triple digits for today and worse for tomorrow. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Appreciate you being with us. Well, today is the first day of early vote across the state of Texas.
The main thing voters will see are 17 proposed state constitutional amendments. The amendments would include increases to the homestead exemption for property taxes, as well as different water bills. State lawmakers are asking for voters to approve $20 billion to fund new water supply projects and improve existing systems over the next 20 years. With so many people moving to the state, Prop 4 would create a dedicated funding stream to help local utilities access more water and upgrade their current infrastructure. Different counties have proposals dealing with several city ordinances.
That's Austin York with that report. Edinburgh is among a handful of local entities holding an election. They start today. The race for mayor and 2 city council seats up for grabs in Edinburgh. We have a conversation scheduled with our elections administrators with Hidalgo and Cameron County. That's coming up at around 7:15, so join us for that. Water customers in McAllen expect to pay more on that water bill. So officials in McAllen announcing recently that Residents in McAllen will be paying an extra $14 a month. The most of the increase, they say, goes to debt service for the North Water Treatment Plant and also a brackish groundwater desalination project. In North Texas, the feds say they arrested a man that they say made an online threat against immigration agents in North Texas.
Prosecutors say 23-year-old Eduardo Aguilar posted a message in Spanish on TikTok saying that he needed 10 people in Dallas, that he would pay $10,000 for each ICE agent. They also say Aguilar is in the United States illegally. He could get up to 5 years in prison if he is convicted of transmitting a communication containing a threat. The FBI Dallas special agent in charge says the FBI takes threats of violence to our law enforcement partners seriously and will investigate anyone that commits these types of offenses.
It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. And one of the bigger stories, if some of y'all are not connected to the internet, it seems like that's the end of the world. Some popular websites have been experiencing technical issues. They might not be fully functional yet.
The issue began overnight with Amazon Web Services, the cloud computing company that provides the online infrastructure for many popular websites and services. According to Down Detector, users of Snapchat, Amazon, Roblox, and Venmo have all experienced issues. Streaming sites like Amazon Prime, Max, and Hulu have also been disrupted. The outage peaked around 3 a.m. Eastern Time, but has been steadily improving since then. I'm Rory O'Neill.
It's 7:09 on the Valley's Morning News. There's a tug of war taking place between the USDA and our Ag Commissioner of Texas, Sid Miller. There's a tug of war in the fight against the New World screwworm. You know, that fly that everybody's in the cattle industry is trying to play defense. So we'll share a little bit of that coming up in about 2 minutes. So let's talk to AccuWeather first. It's AccuWeather time. And AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. I want to say thank you first to Dougie and all the crew over at Martin Farm and Ranch. They provide a 7 o'clock AccuWeather. Purina Entler Max for rut season, Martin Farm and Ranch certified dealer. And they've got great deals going on all the time. Say hi to Dougie if you stop by. Meteorologist Jason Caterina serving up the heat today. So we're just going to round it up, Jace. So you say 97. Yeah, we know somebody's going to hit triple digits today. And definitely tomorrow, right? Record heat for tomorrow.
The record yesterday, 95. We've got 97 forecast. So likely some triple digits around the valley and spots tomorrow too. So yeah, we were looking for that cool front. Looks like it is going to kind of hold off to our north as we head through midweek, though temperatures will come down a little bit into the low 90s by the end of the week. But doesn't look like it's going to make it all the way through. And even into this weekend, there's like another low that's going to pass through northern Oklahoma. That's going to drag a cold front across central and south central Texas, but it doesn't look like it's going to quite get to us.
Okay.
And then, as we head into next week, there's a stronger front, but connected to that's a bit of a dry line. So
if it's north of us, I guess, like central Texas, San Antonio, that's what you're looking at?
If it even makes it that far, yeah.
Okay. So not south enough to, kick up, turn up some thunder shower activity right here, like bring it.
Yeah, the low Wednesday morning looks like it's going to pass kind of by Houston, and the front trailing pretty much west-southwestward behind it, so almost due west, and it's just not going to sink far enough to get to us.
Right, Joe. Well, it is what it is. So expect triple digits in many places today, and definitely tomorrow as well. We're likely going to be breaking some temperature records, and for the rest of the week, looks like temperatures low to mid 90s as well. That is your AccuWeather forecast. We got better news for you today on the national calendar. It's let's get the bad news out of the way first. The time-consuming, boring. Clear out your emails. Clear out all the unnecessary data. Clean out your desktop day, virtual desktop day. Now we celebrate chicken and waffles. That's what we're eating.
I like chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles. That's good. I had something similar last night. We went out to a joint. I had some fried chicken last night. I know I had some fried chicken. Fred's looking at me. boy, you're working a kidney stone. You should, well, I have to reward myself.
Jason doesn't know. So Serge goes to the doctor's appointment on Friday. He left early. I'm thinking it's a regular routine checkup. Eric, hey, how's Sergio? How's Sergio? Like, I don't know. Somebody just told me he's in the ER. Like, what?
Oh, no.
Yeah, apparently he was passing kidney stones.
Ouch.
A stone. One stone,
Okay,
Freddie.
Not good. I've never had that.
By the way, I'm in the clear, Freddie, because they did like a CT scan. And I asked the doc, hey, do you see any more in there? Any more coming? No, you're clear. That's just that one. Okay, so
so he says, fried chicken, here I come.
I didn't have a waffle, but they had pancakes. So seriously, I had a pancake. Yeah, and I split the pancake with my little one, my 13-year-old, and I had strawberries with it as well. So it's healthy. Okay, there you go. All right, pal. I'll call you next now. It's Aki with our meteorologist, Jason Katerina, and just stay inside and enjoy the air conditioner. Time is 7:13. Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. USDA defending its plan to try to stop the new world screwworm, the fly, after Texas Ag Commissioner Sid Miller called for different action. Here's some commentary he provided to RFD TV recently.
Texas, hey, we're drawing a line in the sand. We're very serious about keeping this screwworm out. We're going to trap these pests. We're going to monitor them. Of course, I'm the only one saying we need to put out the fly bait. I still haven't got buy-in from the USDA to do a fly bait. If we put out the fly bait, we can wipe the screwworm out of Mexico in 90 days. But for some reason, they're very reluctant to do that. They tell me that it's environmentally unsound because it will kill the good flies. Good flies? Is that like a good fire ant? I don't know what a good.
He provided the same comment to KURV a few days back. So USDA not saying this, they don't see the problem the same as Sid Miller. USDA is saying that they're moving forward with what they describe to be the most aggressive response in U.S. history. They say they will be spending up to $750 million to build a sterile fly production facility at Moore Air Force Base near the border. Sid Miller has criticized the federal plan, saying it does not move fast enough to protect Texas livestock. And this interesting note from the beach, it's okay, Fred, it's okay. Hang on. I'll explain it to you here in a second. There's a rather large jellyfish washing up on Texas beaches from Padre Island to Port Aransas.
This rare species was first seen in the Gulf in 2000, named in 2011. Jace Tunnell with the Heart Research Institute at Texas A&M Corpus Christi says it doesn't bloom often and only does so when its food source is abundant.
And so that's why how it gets its name is pink meanie. It's a color pink, but it's a meanie because it's feeding on its own kind, basically, jellyfish.
He says they can weigh up to 50 pounds. Their tentacles can stretch up to 70 feet. They love the warm water. So does their food source, the moon jellyfish. Once it gets cold, the moons die off. So do the pink meanies. And he rates the sting at a 2 on the pain scale, with a Portuguese man o' war being a 9 or 10. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
Coming up on 7:16, this is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV, also broadcasting at Radio Panamí. Download the free app. Conversation with our election administrators for Hidalgo County and Cameron County. It's election day, people. It's election day. Yeah, we got 2 weeks of early vote. What's on the ballot? We'll talk a little bit about that next on 710 KURV. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News, News Talk 710 KURV. This radio station is home to Houston Texan football. So we got a Monday night engagement against the Seahawks against Seattle. 8:30 broadcast on 710 KURV. It is election day, and let's pivot over to our elections offices in Hidalgo County and Cameron County. Let's start with Hidalgo County. And we got Hilda Salinas, who's leading the office in Hidalgo County. Hilda, good morning. And how many early vote locations do you have? What hours of operation do you have for this week and next?
Hi, good morning. Yes, we have 29 early voting polling locations. They're all going to be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. throughout the duration of early voting, except for Sunday, October 26th. Polling locations will be open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, 10 to 4. This coming Sunday will be the only Sunday that you will be open as part of the early vote. I suspect you're not expecting too many people at the polls because, well, it's a constitutional amendment election. Not that I'm not saying that's the way it should be. It's just that's the way history works out. Normally, the driver would be a strong local election, but then we have Edinburg, city of Edinburg race for mayor, 2 city council seats. So, what do you think? You're going to be busy? These folks are going to be busy at the polls you put out there for early vote?
Right. Well, we are hoping for a great voter turnout. In 2023, out of 425,925 registered voters, we did have close to 40,000 people vote, which is 9% of the voter turnout. So it was really, really good. We are hoping to see those types of numbers this time around.
Which cities, other than Edinburgh, other entities have contracted with the county to run their elections? Do you have a list?
We have the city of Alamo, of course, the city of Edinburg, and also we have PSJ ISD and city of Edcouch.
The rules for folks showing up to early vote, what do they need to take with them? What should they expect? And if they don't have those documents, then what?
Yes, what can happen is that, of course, the state of Texas is a voter ID law, state. So just as long as they take their either one of the 7 approved forms of ID, which is a Texas driver's license, Texas election ID certificate, Texas personal ID card, Texas handgun license, U.S. citizenship, U.S. military ID card, or the U.S. Passport. If they do not have one of those and cannot reasonably obtain one of those, they can fill out a reasonable impediment declaration and show a copy or original of one of the following approved forms of ID, which would be, let's say, a certified domestic birth certificate, current utility bill, and government check, just to name a few.
Hilda Salinas is our elections administrator for Hidalgo County. Let's pivot over to Cameron County. Remy Garza is our elections administrator for Cameron County. So how busy might you be in Cameron County? How many locations do you have out there? How many folks contracting with the county to run the election? Remy?
Well, we have 21 early voting locations that are going to be open, and we're being contracted by about 8 jurisdictions, running from South Potter Island to La Feria. Some have special elections, some have general elections, but our polls, all 21 polls, will be open from 9 to 6 the first week, and then on the last 2 days, 8 to 8.
Okay, it's 9 to 6. Also Sunday?
Yes, we'll have Saturday and Sunday. We'll both days will be 10 to 5.
Remy, where is our county? Where's Cameron County when it comes to, what do they call that? Where you go to any and all locations and you're able to cast a vote, like countywide voting, like at every polling location. You know what I mean? It's like there's a specific term for that. Is that up and running already in Cameron County?
Yes, actually, we started November 2024, countywide voting, so that on election day, it's just like early voting, where you can walk into any polling place and you'll find your ballot.
Okay, countywide, and that's the same setup now, and to further notice in Cameron County, you guys are set up for countywide for election day.
Yeah,
Let's go around.
Exactly, unless we have some sort of conflict with, say, during the primaries, if both parties can't agree on all the locations, there's a chance we would have to go to precinct-based for the primaries, but that's in the future. We're still negotiating that. I'm doing everything I can to make it a countywide election for the primary.
How many voters are you expecting, Remy? Because Hilda said that, a couple years back, non-presidential.
How many voters?
Yeah. So, Remy, how many voters are you expecting in Cameron County this go around? by the end of election day?
Well, I'm expecting anywhere between 16,000 and maybe 21 or 22,000. I think we're going to be close to the 10%. Previous elections, constitutionals, I'm sure as Hilda mentioned, were always slower than our usual ones. But luckily, with these jurisdictions having general elections for city council or for mayor, they hopefully will generate some interest in some individual communities.
Okay. Was it a little easier this go around to find workers to work all the early vote and got them all set up because the turnout is not expected to be as heavy as a presidential? You have easier time getting workers?
Yeah, we actually were able to fill all our slots pretty quickly. We've got some extras on a list that we'll call on if it starts to get really busy. We did roll out a new check-in process for the voters this election, similar to what Hidalgo County did. We've got electronic poll books versus our old paper combo forms.
Okay, explain that to me. I don't know if I've seen that. A check-in process, a screen, electronic screen, or what? How does that work?
Exactly. Rather than capturing a ink signature, we're going to be capturing an electronic signature at all the polling places. We used to have a setup where you had a laptop and then a paper combo, and then you would get your ballot. Now everything's going to be handled on a tablet, an electronic poll book, where you'll get checked in, you'll sign on that, and then it'll immediately print your ballot. So we're hoping that saves a few steps, but there's some stuff that has to get typed in that might slow somebody down, but nothing that I think anybody should be worried about.
Let me check, see if Hilda is still on the line. Hilda Salinas, Hidalgo County Elections Office. The electronic check-in, is that also standard for Hidalgo County, Hilda?
Yes, we do have the new EVIN electronic poll book system that where you do check in. The only difference is that instead of signing on a label that would be printed once you do check in and place it on the combination form, what will happen now is that the voter will sign on the tablet.
The voter will sign on the tablet. Yeah, I'm losing the line with you. Final question, real quick, Hilda. Was it as easy for you as it was for Remy to find workers this go around? Because it's not expected to be as heavy as a presidential election. Or do you still need workers?
Well, when it comes to the primary election, we will need poll workers. So we always are encouraging, people who are interested to fill out an application that is on our website at www.hidalgocounty.us/elections. Fill it out, email it to us, so that way they can be placed on the list. For this election, we were good. We were able to find enough poll workers to work, of course. However, in the upcoming elections that will be a little bit larger, of course, we do expect to have that need for more poll workers to work the polls.
All right. Ooh, we made it to the finish line, just barely hanging on by a tether with Hilda. Remy, final question for you. You might have said this earlier. The Sunday hours of operation for early vote. What time is it on Sunday, Remy?
On Saturday and Sunday, it'll be from 10 to 5 at all locations.
Oh, 10 to 5 Saturday and Sunday. There we go. I got it all. Thank you, folks, for joining us. They're always a phone call away. We got some great administrators for the elections here. Cameron County, Hidalgo County. That was Hilda Salinas with Hidalgo County and Remy Garza from Cameron County. Early vote begins today. Should be up and running in Hidalgo County already. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for the 2-week early vote. Sunday is 10 to 4. Cameron County, 9 to 6. Week 1, 9 to 6. Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 5. And then week 2 will be 8 in the morning till 8 p.m. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Check of News, a service of the Saxet Gun Show, bringing you the best gun show in the Valley this coming Saturday and Sunday at the McAllen Convention Center. Doors open at 9. There's a call for Texas manufacturers to try to rein in waste caused by plastic pellets.
The pellets are lentil sized. They're called nurdles and are the raw material to everything plastic. They're made and fed into manufacturing facilities on the Texas coast. Jace Tunnell with the Hart Research Institute at Texas A&M Corpus Christi says these plants should do more to keep them from floating out to sea. He says these things can last up to 400 years in the environment and says there's a real impact on birds, turtles, and fish.
If fish are eating them and the fish that we eat then that could be a connection to human impacts as well. So, solving the problem is important.
Tunnel was part of a project along with a modeler of ocean currents, which showed the pellets are drifting from the Texas coast and making their way to Veracruz in Mexico. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
The agency that oversees the U.S. nuclear stockpile is set to furlough most of their staff today because of the ongoing government shutdown. The National Nuclear Security Administration plans to send notices to 1,400 people. They will leave about 400 folks on the front lines to take care of the stockpile. There's a new study from a tech company that says Gen Z is mixing their financial anxiety with their dating habits.
The study, titled The Cuffing Economy, found that nearly 1 in 3 Gen Z singles are going on dates just for the free meal. Research shows that the trend isn't new, with researchers dubbing such dates foodie calls back in 2019. Meanwhile, the Cuffing Economy report found that over half of Gen Z daters say they cut back on dating because of financial pressure. That's the highest of any generation. I'm Mark Mayfield.
This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. A report from Kelley Blue Book saying that Ford Motor Company issued the most safety recalls among automakers in 2025.
Ford issued over 100 alerts, and with a third of the year remaining, the company has already exceeded its previous annual record of 77 recalls. If a vehicle fails to meet federal motor vehicle safety standards due to a safety-related defect, manufacturers are required to notify consumers about the issue. Ford was fined after a National Highway Traffic Safety Administration investigation found it failed to recall vehicles with defective rear-view cameras in a timely manner and failed to provide accurate and complete recall information. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Southwest Airlines will soon be changing their boarding process. They provided more details.
The Dallas-based airline, which has used open seating for over 50 years, will move to assigned seating starting on January 27th. The airline's website announced the change, along with a completely new boarding system. The revamp, internally called Project USA, has been in testing for months in Houston and Cancun, Mexico. Travelers, including frequent flyers and credit card holders with boarding benefits and those who purchase extra legroom, will automatically be assigned to early boarding groups. I'm Jim Forbes.
Thank you much for joining us on News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for a Monday. A check of sports next on 710 KURV on your station for Houston Texan football. We got the Texans tonight, Monday Night Football, pregame 8:30 broadcast on 710 KURV.
It's another season of Texas A&M Fighting Aggies football. Catch the action right here on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Farmy app all season long.
It is a touchdown, Aggies!
Coach Mike Elko leads the charge through the SEC. From pregame breakdowns, all the action in between, and postgame wrap-ups. Fighting Aggies football, powered by DHR Health Orthopedic Institute, Amigo Power Equipment, Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, and News Talk 710 KURV.
Natural ingredients, what God made to keep you healthy, to relieve pain. It's waiting for you at Major Health Foods. 44 plus years of experience. 1001 South 10th Street in McAllen. South 10th and Jackson Avenue, Major Health Foods. They've got the advice that I know you're looking for. You got lots of questions on what you should be taking on a regular basis to try to stay healthy for, as I mentioned, pain relief from the turmeric and other ingredients, ginger, other ingredients that you need. That you could have them pressed in juices, for example. And they got these juices ready to go. You don't need to stand around. Just walk in there. They've got a variety of different juices at Major Health Foods that help with healing your body quick, helping your immune system get real strong to ward off any of those pathogens in the air. From all the good stuff pressed into juices like the Immunity Torch as orange and carrot and ginger, lemon and pineapple, the Keto Crush with all the nutrients from spinach and kale, cucumber, the mixed greens, wheatgrass and lemon, and the Earthy. That's the last one I tried at Major Health Foods, the Earthy, which is kale and carrot, pineapple, apple, strawberry, nice and sweet, lemon, and beets. I love beets, especially when they're mixed with apples. Go try the juices, try the practical and very healthy little salads and lunches they can prepare for you as well. And of course, all the supplements for men and women, the leading supplements, because they only work with the best at Major Health Foods. That's the only brands that they represent, not their run-of-the-mill stuff that you'll find at other stores. Only the best supplements for men and women health. At Major Health Foods, 44 plus years of experience waiting for you at South 10th and Jackson Avenue, McAllen.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from a great selection of Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2025 Volvo XC40. With all new technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $399 a month. That's right, $399 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburgh.
Dale gas!
Ah, the eternal struggle. Too hot? Too cold? Forget about it. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC will make your home a true Goldilocks zone. Don't bear it alone when your fairy tale home feels like a nightmare gone wrong. Mighty Mike is your shining hero who will save the day with service that's not too early, not too late, but just right. Call Mighty Mike at 956-686-1353 or visit callmightymike.com. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC.
Get it right. Call Mighty Mike.
Mighty Mike to the rescue.
Just one call to solve it all.
Tune in later tonight. Your Houston Texans visit the Seattle Seahawks.
Crowd looking, going over the middle. A touchdown, Houston!
Kickoff at 9 on News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Dallas Cowboys picked up a much-needed divisional win yesterday over the Washington Commanders, 44-22. While putting up 44 points was unexpected, it was much more surprising to see the defense hold Washington to just over 200 passing yards, with the average for pass yards allowed at 260 per game, the worst in the NFL. While not taking credit away from the Dallas D, it's safe to say that Washington was far from full strength, with Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel out before the game, and quarterback Jaden Daniels went down in the second half due to a hamstring injury. Dallas now improves to second in the NFC East with a 3-3-1 record. Now over to the Houston Texans, who head up to Seattle to face the Seahawks for Monday Night Football. The Texans have made big strides offensively as of late, and that adds on to an impressive defense since the start of the season. Seattle will be challenging, however, with their ability to create explosive plays, with quarterback Sam Darnold ranking third in the league for passing yards. The Texans' all-time record on Monday night is 6-11, and Seattle is a slight 3-point favorite. Kickoff is set for 9 p.m. from Seattle with coverage on ESPN. Jed Nelson, TSN Sports Minute.
AccuWeather says highs today. Man, it's just going to be hot. Expect triple digits today and tomorrow across South Texas. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. Yeah, right now temperatures mid to upper 70s. The Border Bridge wait times 30 to 45 minutes at all three major bridges for McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh, and let's see here for Brownsville. Have they updated? Yeah, they need to update the numbers for. No, they did. Sorry. It is 1 hour at Gateway, 30 minutes at B&M and Veterans. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV, business news and a check of your money. That's up next.
Hi there. My name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile-long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
It's on your to-do list. I know it. Hopefully you've already taken care of life insurance issues and you figured out with money managers how to put things in place to protect your family. On behalf of Mark and Carla McCaleb, a friendly reminder to get it done. What is it? Well, it's pre-planning and prepaying. Like mom and dad, years before the Lord called them home, they pre-planned and prepaid that funeral event. There's a lot of moving pieces to it, a lot of decisions that need to be made. And man, when that time comes, that's the last thing you want to worry about. All the stress of having to decide this, that, and the other, and asking family about this, that, and the other, and making arrangements for this, and then this place, that place, and there's a lot of decisions that need to be made. Make them now. Get this out of the way. Put it on the shelf. And prepay it, just like my mom and dad did before the Lord called them home, many years before that. Call Carla McCaleb. This is her personal cell number. Call her, make that appointment. Someone from the McCaleb family will come to you, and McAllen, Edinburgh Mission, Harlan, Browns, sit down with you and make these decisions, set a prepayment, put it on the shelf. Wait on the Lord. That's a very loving thing to do. Get it done. 956-650-2841.
I'm Omar Ochoa, and I'm running for mayor of Edinburgh on a clear promise: fiscal responsibility that leads to economic growth. We're going to be smart with your tax dollars, ensuring fiscally conservative management and making smart infrastructure investments that generate a real return for our city. And safety is non-negotiable. I will make sure our fire and police departments have the resources they need to keep you safe. Let's leave the chaos behind and keep Edinburgh moving forward with responsible leadership. Political advertising paid by Omar Ochoa campaign.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. The Trump administration has agreed to forgive student debt under income-driven repayment programs it had partially blocked. Higher education expert Mark Kantrowitz estimates that more than 2.5 million borrowers are either in or about to be in the income contingent repayment plan or the pay-as-you-earn plan. Universal and Blumhouse's horror sequel Black Phone 2 kicked off spooky season with $26.5 million from North American theaters. Those ticket sales were enough to lead an otherwise sleepy weekend at the domestic box office. Gucci owner Kering said it has agreed to sell its beauty business to L'Oreal for roughly $4.6 billion in a major shift in strategy by new CEO Luca De Meo as he moves to tackle the luxury group's high debt and refocus on its core fashion business. Under the deal, French beauty giant L'Oreal will acquire Kering's fragrance line, Creed. Futures are slightly higher. Friday, the Dow Industrials gained 238, the Nasdaq up 117. That's your money now.
AccuWeather says very hot today. Should be close to triple digits in many markets and likely hitting close to that tomorrow as well. Right now, temperatures mostly in the mid-upper 70s. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. We got Fox News coming up in about 2 minutes. Join us online. The free app is called Radio Para Mi, and you can join us on your smartphone. Download it today. Radio Para Mi, then look for 710 KURV in the menu. The Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville is the economic engine of our region with billions of, before we heard about the liquefied natural gas node setting up with $18 billion of investment. The economic impact of the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville was in the multiple billions of dollars and thousands of jobs created. And now it is almost unbelievable to see the rush hour of individuals headed even from Hidalgo County, driving to Cameron County, to the port, thousands of individuals working every single day. And then, of course, we got our friend Elon Musk, like right next door, right across the water. He's hired thousands of individuals to build rockets as well. It's amazing. What is driving the economy is the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville. Has for the longest time. It is our engine, now more than ever. And we got more industry on the way. I'm telling you all this as a reminder because I know you're an information-minded individual. After all, you listen to Talk Radio and KURV. Thank you very much. Visit the website portofbrownsville.com. You get to the office, sit down. portofbrownsville.com. Sign up for the free newsletter and be the first to know all the economic happenings at the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville.
Spotlight on Your Health. Brought to you by DHR Health.
From the DHR Health Specialty Clinics at Rio Grande City and Brownsville is pulmonologist and sleep and critical care specialist, Dr. Juan Ortiz.
The specialties that I have are critical care, which is done in the hospitals, the ICU, and then pulmonary and sleep medicine. We started something that we're going to call very proudly the Pulmonary and Sleep Institute of DHR. Right now, we're doing sleep studies as an outpatient. They are called home sleep studies. The state-of-the-art equipment that the patient takes home is disposable, works with the phone, and we get all the information that is very similar to the studies that were done in sleep centers before. We opened the pulmonary clinic in Rio Grande City, and I go every Monday, all day long. And from Tuesday to Friday, I am doing the same thing, but in Brownsville. On the side of the clinic, we have the beautiful hospital in Brownsville, so we can get all the imaging that we need for pulmonaries. In the same time, we have an ICU at our Brownsville DHR hospital, super well equipped. We have all the services, including recently opened cardiac catheterization center, check the heart, gastroenterology, and everything that can be complicated, we can take care of. Rio Grande City is a place that needs a lot of care as well. So we opened up a specialty practice there, new state-of-the-art place that is being constructed in Rio Grande City. DHR is putting a lot of effort and a lot of resources to create an area of high level of quality of care. It's going to be a teaching center associated with the DHR residency program. And there's going to be a new laboratory, radiology center, endoscopy center, etc. So we are expanding to improve the care because that area is demanding good care.
From the DHR Health Specialty Clinics, Rio Grande City and Brownsville, Dr. Juan Ortiz, pulmonologist and sleep and critical care specialist, DHR Health.
This has been Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health. For you, for life. It's news. It's information. It's right here. News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
We're broadcasting at Radio Para Mi. It's a free app. Join us on your smart device. Look for 710 KURV at Radio Para Mi. This is the Valley's Morning News for Monday, October 20th. I'm Sergio Sanchez along with show producer Fred Cruz. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on standby. Right now, temperatures mostly mid-upper 70s, and highs today should be close to triple digits, if not right at triple digits, in many places here in South Texas. News on 710 KURV is a service of Bert Ogden Infinity of Edinburgh.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Violence flares up in the Middle East, but Hamas leaders said they don't know anything about an attack in Rafah, leaving 2 Israeli soldiers dead.
Israel responded with about 100 airstrikes. The Israeli government says that Hamas militants emerged from a tunnel, fired an anti-tank rocket at one of its positions. The IDF says it will respond forcefully to any violation of the ceasefire agreement.
Fox's Rich Edson, Vice President J.D. Vance indicated he could be traveling to Israel today. Israel's airport authority announcing preparations for the VP's arrival at Tel Aviv's airport tomorrow morning. Partial government shutdown now reaches 20 days. Arizona Republican Congressman Andy Biggs speaking to Fox.
A couple of Democrat senators recently indicated that they think this is going to go till at least the 1st of November. And so that's another 2 weeks.
America's listening to Fox News.
It is day one of early vote. 17 proposed state constitutional amendments are on the ballot. The amendments include increases to the homestead exemptions for some property taxes and water bills. Lawmakers in Austin asking you to approve $20 billion to fund new water supply projects and improve existing systems over the next 2 decades. Lots of, well, I would say some local elections taking place. Big ones, though, in Edinburgh. Voters will need to decide on a new mayor and also 2 city council seats. City of Alamo also has an election. You can vote early in Hidalgo County, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Vote this weekend as well. Next week will be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. in Hidalgo County. In Cameron County, voters can also vote early. Check with the Cameron County website for hours of operation. They're not 7 to 7 in Cameron County. It's a little shorter for them. 14 minutes to the hour on the Valley's Morning News. Water customers in McAllen should expect to see a rate increase in their monthly bill of about $14. Leaders at the public utility say that the increase will go to debt service of the North Water Treatment Plant and a brackish groundwater desalination project. Government shutdown has now dragged into more than 3 weeks, and A business leader from Texas saying that he hopes lawmakers in D.C. will actually listen to small businesses.
The U.S. Chamber of Commerce says small businesses make up 95% of its membership. Chairman Ross Perot Jr. says the 90-day pause on tariffs helped small businesses learn how these taxes could affect them.
Tariffs really had them nervous. At this moment, our optimism is very high for small business and small business formation.
Irving Las Colinas Chamber President Beth Bowman says a lot of businesses are adjusting to the tariffs, but they're having trouble planning ahead, not knowing if they're going to get hit with reciprocal tariffs.
Obviously, the tariff conversation is front and center for many of them.
But Perot says the Texas economy keeps growing because state leaders here work well together, citing the supercomputer firm Wistron announcing plans for a $760 million plant and alliance in Fort Worth.
This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. Heads up program note for tonight, 8:30 broadcast. The Texans visiting Seattle, taking on the Seahawks. 8:30 broadcast on 710 KURV, your station for Houston Texan football. Visit with JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment. Now would be an appropriate time. Get a good deal on select Kubota compact tractors. Amigo Power Equipment for Kubota. The Kubota L Series, for example, the number one selling compact tractor in the nation. You can see it today at Amigo Power Equipment. Easy operating tractor. It has all these attachments that will help you do a variety of jobs. Chop up a bunch of stuff, maybe put some fencing out there as well. The Kubota L Series at Amigo Power Equipment, the number one selling compact tractor, that and other equipment right now. You can take home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing if you qualify, or save up to $6,000 on this Kubota equipment now through December 31st. You can get a lot of information, all the details at KubotaUSA.com, or just go in person. Stop by, visit with JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment, the Kubota L Series, number one selling compact tractor, other equipment. 0% financing available if you qualify, and thousands in savings waiting for you at Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
Experience everything Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh has to offer. Service, selection, and quality. Indulge yourself with bold design and step into EV luxury and lease a new Cadillac Lyriq. Now just $399 per month. More style, more innovation, more you. Make your move. Set yourself apart and discover a new standard of luxury ownership. Visit us online at BertOgdenCadillac.com or come in today to Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh, official sponsor of UTRGV football.
Dale gas!
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to...
Summer is heating up, and so is our local economy. From sizzling business deals to community connections, News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app are here to keep you in the know. Download the Radio Potami app to stay informed and entertained. Whether it's local market updates, summer events, or the weather, we've got you covered. Support local, stay connected, and tune in to the pulse of Rio Grande Valley business. News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app, where local business